This is a subject that is so important to me, and I talk about it sometimes, but sometimes y'all don't get to see it all because you don't watch all of my videos. But trust me, the content will change your life. I am determined to share the stuff that I've learned with the world. That's why I write books. You know, when I'm dead and gone, people will still read my books. The books that I read changed my life. And those people have been off this earth for centuries, for years. In particular, this book I've been reading and focused on. I have several, because there's several volumes of The Secret of the Ages, but this book was written in the 1920s by Robert Collier, and it's called The Secret of the Ages. He has many other books, but I've read this one many times throughout my life, and I like to go back and reflect and refresh and, you know, reconfirm why I believe what I believe and why I live the way I live. And, you know, a lot of times when people listen to what I have to say in my videos or they read my books, they say, oh, you're New Age. No, I'm not. I'm not New Age, and there is nothing new about New Age. There is nothing new about the power of positive thinking. There is nothing new about tapping into the kingdom of heaven that is within you. But people do dismiss it as New Age. It's not. Even in the Bible, some of the scriptures, which I tell you all the time, I don't quote scriptures because I quote scriptures like Medea. But the ones that I do try to quote, you know, it lets you know that we have the power within us. It tells you the importance of thought. As a man thinketh, so is he. If we have faith as small as a mustard seed, we have the power to say to that mountain, move, and that mountain will move. If you just dissect alone what that means, it lets you know that there is nothing new about positive thinking. There is nothing new about realizing that it all begins and ends in the mind, that God gave us the power from the beginning. From the time we descended from wherever we were as spirits into that little baby's body and took that first breath, we had all the tools we need to have a great life. And I just want to read a couple of small passages so that you guys understand why I'm so obsessed with these books. You know, this, like I said, Secret of the Ages. I have the original prints because I search eBay for vintage books. Now, of course, you can buy it on Amazon, reprinted, a modern print. It doesn't change any of the wording, but I just love holding and absorbing the energy of the ancestors and just absorbing the energy of people who knew this knowledge. And it makes you understand why they had book burnings back in the day, because they didn't want people to know this knowledge. They didn't want us to know of our power. They did not want us to be able to manifest certain things in our life. So I'll only read a little bit. And this is, it says, neither is there as it is ordinarily done. Prayer is not a mere asking of favors. Prayer is not a paean of praise. Rather, prayer is a realization of the God power within you, of your right of dominion over your own body, your environment, your business, your health, your prosperity. It is an understanding that you are heir of God and co-heir of Christ, co-heir with Christ, and that as such, no evil has power over you, whereas you have all power for good. And good means not merely holiness. Good means happiness, and happiness of everyday people. Good means everything that is good. I'm going to stop there because I'll go on for days. But these books are filled with nothing but encouragement, human encouragement, telling you, hey, it's you. Hey, you waiting on a deity to give you the power when the power has already been given to you. You're sitting and you're waiting on happiness. You're sitting and you're waiting on prosperity. You're sitting and you're waiting when you have the power within you to activate it. So there is nothing new about New Age. I just want you guys to understand that. It is not, they can call it New Age movement all they want. It's nothing new about it. But what happens is, people like this write this information. Somebody grabs it. Somebody holds on to it. Somebody transfers it. Somebody rewrites their interpretation of it, you know, because a lot of my books are filled with my books talk nothing about but positive thinking and how I changed my life and how I went from being somebody who suffered from depression and post-traumatic stress from the things that I had been through, and how I now live this life. And I tell you guys all the time, always look at the life of the person that is giving the advice. And that's not a criticism. That's not arrogance. That's saying if they are utilizing these tools correctly, then happiness should be showing up in their lives somewhere. You understand? Then prosperity should be showing up in their lives. That's why I say all the time, there are a lot of people that always try to financial advice, like, oh yeah, I can tell you how to make $1 million. Has $1 million showed up in your life? Other than that, you need to keep practicing the tools. So as you see, happiness, love, joy continuously shows up in my life. Prosperity, abundance continuously shows up in my life. And it's not because I'm any different than you. It's not because God blessed me in any or gave me any different type of favor than you. You have it too. You just have to learn to tap inside into it and stop dismissing this positiveness as new age, and thinking that it is separate from your old school Christian morals and values. It is not. You are the one that can change your life. I don't care what it is that you've been through. I don't care how traumatic it was. I don't care what it is. You can heal and you can experience happiness and you can experience peace. That's why I must say, the pandemic didn't bother me much at all, because I have a mindset to where I was able to take this time and utilize it and learn to be more patient, learn to be peaceful, learn to continue to manifest prosperity in my life. I had a great time sitting at home with my 8-year-old. Patience, I was constantly praying for patience, because it's not natural for us to have an 8-year-old all day long attached to the hip. We drop them off at school and pick them up, at 3, maybe 6, then feed them, bathe them, and take them to bed. But so the point is, use this time in your life to realize that you have the power. God gave you the power. It's all there. The kingdom of heaven is within you. This is the last thing I'm going to read. You are doing only 1/10 of what you are capable of. The time you spend idly wishing or worrying can be used they write differently back then, in so directing your subconscious mind that it will bring you anything of good you may desire. You can have it all, you guys. I want you to know that you can have, be, and do anything you want. There is nothing new about New Age. You possess all the tools. It's time to start using them so you can start living life to the fullest and have a great life. I love you guys. It's Sabrina Fisher Reece, America's #1 transformational mindset coach. There's nothing new about New Age.